Hello, hello, boys and girls. How's everything? Oh, hello, hello. Good morning. I have been up. Oh, thanks for the thumbs up. I've been up most of, not all night, but I've been up a lot of hours. Purchased a new cell phone, and I was out of touch with everyone until this morning. Um, Bought it and tried everything I could to get it set. Uh, I followed the directions. They speak another terminology. It was on and on and on and on, but I got it working. I got it working. I did what I had to do. So that being said, the thing about it was checked everything I could think of. So this helps me out a great deal. The reason why I mention it is because it helped me out a great deal when it comes to my garden. Is this phone? It helps me out a great deal. I mean, after all, I place my orders with it. I talk to people concerning my garden, and also I try to help people over the phone. So it's something I do. Let's see now. Busy bee garden homestead. Great. Yes, I got it working. Yep. I don't know what these letters are. It's a we X N M, I believe. I don't know what that means. But good morning, at any rate. The show carries on. Um, I took a look out the door. We got some rain in the area, like the weather report was saying that we would have some rain, and they got it absolutely right. We are in the midst of getting some moisture. Now, I want to tell you good people something in here. This is going to be, we, okay. Good morning, good morning. Love dogs. Love dogs. Interesting name. Welcome. We had, okay, I learned something very valuable a couple of days ago. I went into the yard to finish knocking down a lot of the dried weeds and grass so that it could lay on the ground and just, break down a little quicker. See, my phone's working. It just did a little thing there. Um, the thing about it is when I hit it with the trimmer and I was knocking everything down, getting it to lay to the ground because I fertilized, as I said earlier. Hey, good morning, good morning. I fertilize everything in the fall and in the winter. I fertilize my soil, and I use chop and drop to do it. But here's what happened. I'm out there trimming it all down with a weed trimmer. No more than maybe a minute or two later, I could hardly breathe. And this is straight reality. I could hardly breathe. And I said, what the heck's going on? I mean, whatever was in that grass, the weeds, when I hit it with the tremor, it was stirring all of this, what looked to be pollen in the air. And I had to go somewhere. And folks, and I jive you not, I had to go somewhere and sit down to get myself together because I was not together. Uh, Hell, I was actually thinking of dialing 911. I had no idea what this was going on. Um, so after about 45 minutes of sitting and getting myself together, I said something got stirred up in them weeds and in that grass that was dry. That once I cut the trimmer off and got away from that area, I came around, but it was really scary, touch and go. Um, but I will say this is that I think I will do what I saw a neighbor do years ago. He used to wear a mask when he was doing that. And so from here on out, I think that also I want to say I think it was worse in the fall than winter because I mean I've had little episodes like that before when I'm cutting grass, but never to this magnitude. So what happened was it was just crazy, folks. And after all was over, my nose started to run, and my sinuses was acting crazy. And I said, "What is going on?" But I will, in the future, remember to definitely um, make certain that I keep the mask on or working out there, or carry some kind of medicine with me while I'm working. Because I didn't have anything when this took off. This was crazy. Had me questioning whether or not I want to garden. Yeah, that's how serious it was. But it was just crazy. But at any rate, I went out into the yard today, just looked out. I didn't go out into the yard actually, and I looked onto the yard and I said, "Wow, look at that." Uh, yeah. It was kind of crazy. It was crazy. Um, but I looked out and I saw that everything was growing beautifully. It was a little bit of a shower we had last night or early this morning, and I said, "Yes, this will work. This will absolutely work." But I will not do that again in the dead of fall or near winter. I mean, which is crazy. It could have been. Now you're talking. It could have been mold because it reacted so quick and it was relentless when it reacted. I mean, it was like I kind of never experienced anything like that before. And I remember seeing what looked to be a mold on the what they call it the okra. The pod was like a blackish sort of deal there, and so when I stirred it all up, it created like food forest put here. It created a dust, and it was a dust. I could see the dust. So I learned something there. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, yes. It was just crazy. So I'm only putting this information out there because um, uh, plants. I went, for lack of a better word, it has the ability to ward off any disturbance or something because they got into whatever it was, got into my system, and it was an immediate reaction. It was immediate. So I learned something from that. That was done. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday. And so, if anyone ever experienced that, I'll say this: if you have any kind of breathing problems, take your medicine in the garden with you. If you have to go out to the garden, take it with you. Don't do like I did, leave it upstairs and go, "Oh, okay, I'll be all right." Don't do that. Now you're talking. I could have hosed it down with water. Now, see, I wouldn't have had this story to tell if I'd have hosed it down with water because I would have never experienced that. Whatever it was, when I saw the dust and that tremor mine is, folks. I gotta say, I don't have a brand name right here, but because I chop and drop, I use a trimmer. This is one of the nicest trimmers I've ever owned in my life. Everything works on it. It always starts. I love it, and that I respect. Yeah, the mask I have, but what I got is a mask that's for painting a car. I believe that will work too because it's made to keep out tiny particles. So I have that, and I have some gloves somewhere, but I have the mask where I can look at it. But I'm gonna start wearing this stuff when I cut the yard. When I go back to do my chop and drop, I'm just gonna just go ahead and take the trouble and put this stuff on, and I would have a safer, more eventful, a much more smoother, situation for cutting these weeds and grass. Um, Speaking of the weeds and grass, folks, the soil is pretty, pretty black. It's a beautiful black soil. It is definitely worth talking about because it wasn't like that before. I know what mass you're talking about. I think I'll look into that as well. Thank you. Thank you. I'll look into that as well. But I know it's like the kind that the people use when they're in houses tearing up drywall. That kind of mass. Oh, I got to tell you, folks, it's a beautiful thing. Yeah, easy to wear, definitely. Um, I have some apple trees on my property, and I was considering getting the cosmetic crunch, whatever they call it, the Washington apple, the new one. But I don't think so. I have 10 apple trees. I think that's enough. 10 apple trees. And I can't collect them all because I kept saying I wanted the apple tree that's called Sweet 16, but I never got it. I got the pink lady. I got the pink lady. Uh, Good morning. Good morning. And thank you very much. I'm glad as well because it was touch and go there for a while. Uh, Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It was a wake up call. Definitely a wake up call. Um, and another little thing here I'm going to do just for me myself. I want to do it. I'm cutting out a lot of the crazy stuff I eat. I'm just cutting that out. I won't go into a big list of everything, but I just want to, get my weight down some because I just want to do that, just for the heck of it. Just something I want to do. I love Honeycrisp apples. I love Honeycrisp apples as well. The worst Honeycrisp apple I've ever tasted, I bought at a farmer's market. They were huge apples. Now I don't know if all Honeycrisp apples grow that size, but I bought them anyway. Got them, and what the problem with it was is you bite into them, they taste it like a weird sweet. I would call it like a sour sweet, and I don't want to ever taste that again. I hope mine don't grow up and taste like that. My apples. I hope they don't taste like that. But these were big apples, and the farmer was tossing some in a basket that was sitting up there that he saw, little rock spots on them and all. And one thing the apples kept doing is immediately they was turning. You bite it, turn away for 2 seconds, turn back, it's already turning brown. And I'm like, why is this apple turning brown that fast? And so, it is what it is. They are. I've tasted some from other places. Honeycrisp apples are absolutely delicious. That's why when I put in my apple trees, I put in more Honeycrisp apple trees than I did anything else because I wanted to make certain that I had enough of them to do whatever I wanted with those apples. And that's what I did. Honeycrisp apples, I have one, two, wait a minute, let's see, one, two, three, four, five. I have 5, and all the rest of them are like, different apples. But I got the Fuji, and I got the Granny Smith. Um, have anyone ever had this problem before? When you buy apple trees, especially apple trees, if you want to get the ones that cross correctly, that they will cross. Um, they are building here in Maryland an area. It's like so much. It's so many acres, and they say they're dedicating it, or they're gonna set it all up for just bees, so that we can deal with this lack of bee problem in what do we call it in here in Maryland. So because only time I really see any, I mean, it's not really any significant numbers, but I see any bees is when we start heading towards the fall. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, something wrong here. So the only thing that's really pollinating, that's why I love what you do, brother. You said all apple trees will cross. All of them. All of them cross. I appreciate that because I kept wondering at one point, did I have the right trees? I said, are these trees going to cross? And they would put up a note on Stock Bros or Stock Brothers. It would say, for instance, they'll say this apple tree crossed better with this one and this one and this one, leaving you to believe that the others are not really good pollinators. So I called the Department of Agriculture and got them in an email or message, and I said, do I have the right trees to cross? And I just wanted to know. And they said, the Granny Smith is the best pollinator you have. And I said, okay. So I'm happy now because I have all my trees in. They get some size to them, and they're going on the third year. They're going on the third year. And I will be using sugar. I will be using sugar around the apple trees this year. And to see could I get a higher productivity out of the apples. Good to have early, mid, and late. So lots of pollen for apple production. Yeah, okay, I got you. I got you. Mid, late, and okay, and early. Okay. Now, based on what I did tell you, which the apple trees I have, uh, which is Fuji, Honeycrisp, and Granny Smith apples. So I think that I think I should be okay with those. Those apple trees. But I bought from this store. I think I told the story before, but it doesn't hurt to reiterate it. The the tree, all fruit trees should get sugar late winter and spring. Beautiful, thank you. Yeah, because once you get the apple trees fed right, they'll have what they need to do what they need to do. Because the only thing I would have like a few apples on the trees. I said, wait a minute, what's going on here? I only have a few apples. Um, and little tricks that farmers do. Those older farmers that've been around, they've been doing it forever and a day. They know how to do certain things. And I can see a farmer like that putting down sugar because he knows that he wants this apple tree to produce so many apples. And I sometimes like to watch those Chinese farmers. But one thing I will say, some of the videos I watch, the Chinese farmers, they I wonder why they do so much moving around of the soil. I mean, I think they would know that to constantly keep putting forks in and shoveling soil away, and also another thing they do is they take the soil and um, they till it. And I don't understand why they would till it. That would be tearing up the homes of the biology in your soil. So I'm curious about that too. I thought we learned better, so we wouldn't keep doing that. Well, folks, it's 21 minutes into the 30 minutes that I have on my clock, and going to get me something to eat because this new diet that I'm on, which is not a diet, it's just a I'm cutting back on my quantity of what I eat. Just cutting back because this is just ridiculous. I love eating and I'm eating and I just want to cut back. So that's just what I want to do. Yes. Okay. Now I'm just looking at these. They need to be cleaned. Okay. All fruit trees should get sugar in the winter and in spring. I see round leaf trees like maple produce sugar in mid-winter. Beautiful, beautiful information. Thank you, Food Forest Permaculture. I didn't know that. I understand that they release sugars, but most of them release them, and that feeds the population of microbes in the soil. But I didn't know that it was during the warm up period. I guess that they're more active during those periods. I'm feeling good now. I'm just looking at the information here. Hard to believe I have. Oh, okay, maple. Okay, that's it. Because we were talking about you receiving wood chip. Yeah, yeah, wood chips are great. And I was thinking of that word. All people that use ground cover in their garden, like whether they use leaves or wood chips or um, uh, you know, can't think of it, whether it be hay or straw or whatever. Yeah. Enjoy your breath. What is it? I will see you again. Um, oh, okay. Take care now. Good talking to you. Yes, the microphone. Uh, my friend. That is great. I mean, he just brought that into the room, that good energy, and everyone else has been doing the same. I like it. I like it when I get people in the room and they actually type something. It was not anything, but I grew some tomatoes this year, or um, I'm thinking of growing some cucumbers next year. Anything. But then I have days where people come in and they're either shy or they don't feel like participating, so they just sit back and watch the whole show. So that's good too. Um, One thing I learned is that if you don't eat a lot of food, and you're accustomed to eating a lot of food, you are very, very sluggish the next day. Yes. Body has to do an overall adjustment. Now, I've been drinking lately the coconut water. Really crazy cool stuff, people. Really crazy cool stuff. I love it. I love it. For me, it's a little pricey. A little carton. You get a little carton, 100% it says, and it's $3 and some change. But I still get it because it's well worth the. It's got a weird taste to it. I must say, tastes like coconut, but you drinking it straight. I should keep it refrigerated as well. That would help. Then I got another one that's coconut water, and it's mixed with pineapple. I'm interested in finding out what that tastes like when I do open it. All right, good people. This has been the Morning Gardener Show. I want to thank you for tuning in this morning and sharing your thoughts with me. Definitely giving me some of your information and taking some information as to what is benefit of coconut water. I'm not sure what the all of the benefits, but it says it helps out with joints, muscle tissue, helps balance diabetes. It helps. What was the other thing? Blood pressure regulated, help regulate it. But definitely check for yourself, and as always, check with your doctor first. Yes. Yep. Thank you very much, good people. Enjoy your breakfast. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Keep on growing.